What's good, everybody? It is your boy Tony the Savant, and we are talking about Ryan Garcia, man. This dude, one of the funniest boxers of all time. If you have not seen me, or if you haven't seen one of my previous videos on Ryan Garcia, I beg that you do because it's kind of a I don't want to say a long story, but there is some context and some pretext that will go into this video that you may not be familiar with if you haven't seen those videos. Um, so if not, just take the time, go through the archives, catch those videos. If there's any point in this video where you feel like, well, what is Tone talking about? You know what I mean? He going off the rails. It's not so much that I'm going off the rails, ladies and gentlemen. It's just that I've made videos following Ryan Garcia before, and I've made I don't know if I made a video just yet about this particular saga. Between him and Devin Haney and all of the events that have followed since his fight with Devin Haney, April 20th. Now, just to get into this particular topic and everything that's been going on, I understand the hate. You know what I mean? I understand the vitriol that some people may have for one boxer or another. All right. Devin Haney, for whatever reason, has a lot of critics out here. A lot of people that hate on him. All right, let's just call it what it is. If that's you, if you feel some kind of way, and it's probably because the shoe fits. I've said repeatedly that Devin Haney is not my favorite boxer. Errol Spence is. But I can say as a boxing fan that I've noticed that the boxing community is, for whatever reason, they play by double standards. When it comes to Devin Haney, people are, oh, everything's got to be to the T. You know what I mean? You gotta. Devin Haney has to weigh perfectly every time. Devin Haney has to, he can't say nothing in the media. Whatever he says in the media, people gonna take it and run with it. Devin Haney, when he's in the ring, he can do no wrong. I mean, as far as he better not do anything wrong. Not that he can't do anything wrong. It's just the Haney hate committee is always ready to log in and critique Devin for whatever reason. But when you run this same fade with Tank Davis or Ryan Garcia, you know what I mean? There's all kind of precautions that we got to take. You know what I mean? There's all kind of exceptions and narratives that start coming into play, right? And it could be the exact same scenario. Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. Oh, it's all kind of narratives that Devin Haney scared. Devin Haney can't beat him. Shakur will wipe the floor with him. Ain't no point of Shakur taking that fight, right? But then you go into a Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson fight. Nothing. Crickets. What's the story now? For whatever reason, like I say, I don't know if it's a media thing. I don't know if it's a boxing fan thing. But whatever reason, the double standard is a thing, and it is very real in boxing. And it's almost annoying. I ain't going to say almost. It's definitely annoying. Because now we're seeing it at play with Ryan Garcia. And ladies and gentlemen, my question is this. If Devin Haney did a tenth of the stuff that Ryan Garcia is doing, actively doing, as of the recording of this video, you know what I mean? What would be y'all's opinion? What would you say if Devin Haney had two negative drug tests come back, stating that he has PEDs in his system? No matter how many traces, no matter how faint or whatever, I don't think that comes into play because they all say that. You know what I mean? Every time a boxer gets caught for doping, the first thing they say is that it wasn't that much in my system, and I don't know how it got there. That's kind of like a PR script, right? But what would y'all say if Devin Haney popped dirty and had two banned substances, not just illegal, banned substances flowing in his system, especially flowing in his system at the time of the fight? I don't think you guys would be making so many exceptions that you're making for Ryan Garcia. Because for Ryan Garcia, the Illuminati set him up. For Ryan Garcia, the Haneys set him up. For Ryan Garcia, it's not that much in his system. He don't know how it got there. Ashwagandha did it. Like, it's so many straws you guys are pulling from for Ryan Garcia. I just want to identify the hypocritical, excuse me, the hypocriticalness of this whole situation. You guys are blatant hypocrites, and I would respect you more if you just said it. You know, I'm a hypocrite. You know what I mean? Uh, I'm a ride with Ryan Garcia if he cheated or not. I'm not gonna honor Devin if he was clean or not. Just I would respect y'all more if y'all said that and then go into your your Ryan Garcia takes, because the temperature in the boxing room right now is very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable to see that there's a subsect of the boxing community that either loves Ryan too much or hates Devin Haney too much. But there's no reason in the world for y'all to be accepting cheating. All right, guys. It don't matter what Devin Haney's done or whatever. Me and my boy Trey Catalyst, shout out to him, man. Big boxing fan, big Houston fan. My boy is. We be chopping it up about multiple sports topics, but we were talking about this one, and I had to share my thoughts with him because I haven't made a video about this yet. But I had to share my thoughts with him as far as it doesn't matter what's going on any level anywhere in the world. All right, what comes into play in this situation should come into play in all aspects of your life. The fact of the matter that Ryan Garcia confessed that he was going to kick, bite, uh, come in heavy, hydrate, do whatever he had to do. This is Ryan Garcia's words, not mine. He said he was going to do whatever he had to do in order to win. All right, and when you say that, does that include cheating Ryan Garcia? Because you know what I mean. My thing is the integrity, man. The integrity is what's at play for me. You could take the names off of it. Forget Devin Haney. Forget Ryan Garcia. What about the integrity of the sport, ladies and gentlemen? No matter how you feel about a person, what about the sport? Ryan Garcia has mocked and made a joke of a sport. And if you a fan of a sport, you should want it to be pure. You know what I mean? You should want the competitive factor to not be tainted in any way. I'm sorry, I just got an email. Sorry, guys. But you shouldn't want the sport to be tainted, and that's where I'm at with it, man. It doesn't really matter about Ryan Garcia. I don't have a personal disdain for Ryan Garcia. It's not a personal thing. I don't agree with a lot of his antics, a lot of the stuff he says or a lot of the things he does. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at it as far as, man, if somebody came into my house and disrespected my house, I would not welcome that person into my house any longer. The sport of boxing is the house of the boxing fan. It's not a. Sorry, getting these emails while I'm doing the video. It's not the house of the boxers, not the house of the promoters, not the house of these networks. Yes, these guys have a lot of money. They are like the interior decorators. They're like the landscapers, the roofers, all of these guys with the money, all these characters that we see come into boxing. Yes, they are they're assets to the house of boxing, but they are not the owners of the house of boxing. The house of boxing belongs to the fans. And if somebody comes into my house and disrespect it, they are no longer welcome in my house. Or it has to be some sort of accountability and an apology. And once we get those two things out of the way, because that's just basic respect at that point. I'm not asking you for anything other than just basic respect. Respect my house. And Ryan Garcia disrespected my house, man. You know what I mean? So the same rules apply. The rules of the house apply to everybody, including me. You know, if I ever got onto this internet and started capping and going crazy, I would expect the other residents in the neighborhood of boxing to check me. Like, hey man, it's a certain standard of living if you're gonna be in, amongst these houses, this house of boxing. And if you don't want to abide by that standard, then vomitos. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm at with it. The integrity of the sport has been tainted by Ryan Garcia, and us as boxing fans should stand on business and call this man out. I don't see what's the big whoop out of that. You know, if Devin Haney cheated, I would feel the same exact way. You know, if Errol Spence is my dog. That's my guy. If he was to cheat, or come back testing dirty and all that, hey, hold up. No, sir, you can't disrespect my house. I don't care how much I like you. I'm not going to disrespect my house. I'm not going to allow myself. I'm not going to accept myself disrespecting my house, let alone, albeit these guys are not, new guests in the house of boxing, but guests nonetheless. And that's just where I'm at with it, man. Ryan Garcia has tainted the integrity of boxing. And we can go through all of the conspiracy theories. We could be mad at Devin Haney. We could be mad at Bill Haney. We could still cheer on Ryan Garcia. All that. But we first have to acknowledge that Ryan Garcia tainted the house of boxing, the integrity of the house. Because when you come into a boxing match and you have not one, two illegal banned substances in your system, that's just blatant disrespect. Y'all remember when Dave Chappelle had that skit with Rick James, and Rick James, I think was Eddie Murphy's brother, Charlie Murphy. Dave Chappelle was playing Rick James, and Rick James in the skit was a guest in the house of Charlie Murphy. And in that skit, I mean, I'm sure you're old enough and you ain't been living under a rock. You remember, in the skit, Dave Chappelle goes into Charlie Murphy's house, puts his feet on the couch, and just I'm talking about muddy boots. He puts his muddy boots on a nice white couch and just destroys it. You know what I mean? That's how I feel like Ryan Garcia is doing the house of boxing right now. And y'all forgive me if, the example wasn't the best, but that's just how I feel. You know what I mean? I feel like Ryan Garcia has walked into the house of boxing in his muddy boots, and it's just, look what I'm doing. I'm disrespecting your house. What you gonna do about it? Sad stuff, man. Very sad. But nonetheless, I just wanted to chime in on this because I've been in a lot of boxing groups and all that kind of stuff, giving my opinion. But I just wanted to put my official statement out there. It ain't about Ryan Garcia. It ain't about Devin Haney. It's about the integrity of boxing. And if you love boxing, then you should be ashamed for trying to create a defense for Ryan Garcia, or you should be ashamed of Ryan Garcia willing to admit that he was going to cheat the game and then goes forth and actually does it. It's crazy stuff, man. But that's all I got for y'all on this one. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content on the channel. I thank y'all for the love and support. It is your boy, Tony the Savant. Peace.